Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing? It's a bit cold again here, cloudy day, so the sun doesn't get through. What I'm doing here is I'm going to empty the tank a bit because I want to get below the gravity level so we can give the fuel pump a good run and test it properly. So this here right now, this is all gravity pushing it. So when that stops, you know, okay, this is the part where the fuel pump has to take over. Well, shit, that was a lot more fuel that was still in there than expected. What's going on here? I got this whole thing filled up with fuel. I think I forgot that I have something near me again, which was at the other house first. I was like, oh yeah, I have this thing, what am I doing? Getting a bit of fume overdose there. Oh, you stupid twat. I have brake fluid in here, and all the time it stayed at the bottom, so it's not in the fuel. I remember one time, I think this was in Kyrgyz, ran out of fuel. I do that every now and then. Rocked up to a place, walked there, and they filled up the bottle with petrol by disconnecting the fuel hose from the fuel pump and putting the bottle right on the fuel pump, and thus filling it with petrol. Because when there's no hose, you can't siphon it out of the fuel tank. Had that done a couple of times, but that was funny to see. Just use the fuel pump to pump fuel into the bottle, and I got back on the road again. Maybe it was Kazakhstan though, so I'm pretty stoked to see how the system works with the pump. If it's enough, if it keeps working well, and if it does, man, that would be great. You know, this whole fuel system idea came about over half a year ago, and it wasn't me, it was and he's watching probably right now. Hi Stelios. When I asked something on the ADV Rider forums, and he replied, and he suggested a system like this, and here we have it now. Another part of the system will be a shutdown. I don't know if I'll make it at this stage though. I can make it at a later stage, and that is a shutdown based on the RPMs, so the pump stops pumping. But it's a less pressing matter now because I have a switch here, so turn the pump off. Anyway, thanks Delios for the suggestion, and you know, I'll hear from you in the comments what you have to say. Right, that's a 4 or 5 liter container already full, but still not empty, still not on reserve. Alright, I have it running now on the right hand tap that is beyond gravity. Below gravity, let's see what happens. Hear that? That's the pump. That's the pump. Good start. Just in case, bring the fuel. Turning it off, see how long it takes before it starts stalling. get both taps in the game now, because now it's struggling. Always subtle, very subtle. It was struggling on the way up, bouncing around with just one tap. Let's try that again. I've seen this before, so I'll move over here. I've been on a farm before. Yeah, it's my rear disc. I still have this problem, it keeps engaging. I can't get this any further. Always rubbing against the brake pads, thus heating up the fluid, thus expanding and blocking. Not good. You can feel the drag, and sometimes I can't get the bike out of position at the shop and I have to wait 5 minutes for it to cool down. Now isn't that something? A fuel pump that works. Got this at miter 10. I want to reinforce this here once it's on there. Get a bit more strength. There we go. I like that. Look at what we got here. This is probably from Germany, as it is. And this is the new Butte. You know, it would have cost me almost 100 euros. Mind you, that's almost $150 to send it here with DHL. And I told them, look, send it for a regular post, signed and whatnot, and tracked. It'll get here in 2 weeks or less. They don't recommend it, but I've ordered so much stuff, as you all well know, so much stuff that I have trust in New Zealand Post. And the Germans too, of course. Goes without saying. It's not a drill, it's a staple gun.
Right.
So I'm gonna do some reupholstering.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. So Todd had one, I was like, sweet, whoa, look at that. You reckon that's not gonna put a goddamn hole through the seat? Or,
Is this for your motorbike?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the seat with this.
Oh, right, sweet.
Shit. Oh, I have to go into town to get staples. Oh, he has some here still.
Have you got a week to run it?
Hey?
Have you got a week in preset to run it?
Yeah. These staples are massive though, or is that normal?
Oh, that's normal.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
Let's go, man.
You love the sound of that thing.
Borrowed this swanky stapler from a buddy of where I used to work, and I want to use it to reupholster the saddle. go. These staples might be a bit on the long side. Do some testing. Now let's get some proper ones, otherwise tomorrow is a shop. Should be closed now. What am I doing? Not the right connection. Alright, put on a different fitting. There we go. Yeah, they are a bit long. See what happens if this isn't too much power. It works, but maybe too long. I imagine they could stick out on that side. I'll have to get some shorter ones, but can't today. Store should be closing anytime now. So that is really great having that fuel pump there. I just have one qualm at the moment, one issue, and that is I had to move the pump from diagonal to perpendicular to the tank a bit, because otherwise one of the points of the pump would be in the way of the air filter. But that meant that now the exit is towards the tank and the fuel hose sits tight against it with a sharp bend. It still goes all right, but I don't know how that will hold up over time, so I'll have to have a closer look at that.